Fed does not control your mortgage rate.
Wait, say that again?
The Federal Reserve does not set your mortgage rate.
Okay, that is going to surprise a lot of people.
It surprises almost everyone, and it's so important. So, what does control your mortgage rate is the 10-year Treasury yield. That's the real benchmark. The Fed controls short-term overnight rates, basically what banks charge each other to borrow money overnight. That is a completely different animal.
So, walk me through why that matters for someone sitting at home wondering if they should buy a house.
So, when a bank lends you money for 30 years, they're making a bet that spans 3 decades. They need to price in inflation over 30 years, economic risk over 30 years, the chance you might not pay them back. So, they look at what investors demand to lend money to the US government for 10 years, the 10-year Treasury yield, as their benchmark. And right now, that yield is sitting above 4% and showing no signs of dropping dramatically.
So, even while the Fed was cutting short term rates, the bond market was essentially saying, we don't believe inflation is truly beaten yet. And mortgage rates followed the bond market, not the Fed.
Exactly. And this is why, counterintuitively, mortgage rates actually rose in early 2025 as the Fed was cutting rates.
Wait, mortgage rates went up while the Fed was cutting rates?
They did. The Fed cut rates in late 2024, mortgage rates went up because bond market investors were pricing in persistent inflation and uncertainty. The Fed's cuts were essentially irrelevant to your monthly mortgage payment.
That is wild and something almost nobody explains to homebuyers.
Almost nobody. Chief economist Ali Wolf put it simply. She said mortgage rates went down before the Fed cut rates and went up after. Same tuts, opposite direction. The market moved ahead of the Fed and then recalibrated when inflation data didn't cooperate.
Okay, so let me make sure I've got this. You want to know where mortgage rates are going? Don't watch the Fed, watch the 10-year Treasury.
Watch the 10-year Treasury. That's it.
Okay, now I want to go to the history because, Grant, there is a man at the center of this story, someone who faced a Fed crisis that makes today's situation look gentle.